Anyone know? You know the reason. Which branch of government was given the delegated authority, a DOAO, delegation of authority order, by Constitution law to coin the money? Congress? Go ahead, answer it. Congress. The Congress. The Congress. Now, the Congress is the only body that has the authority to coin the money for the United States Republic. Federal Reserve System established between 1913 and 1916. Is that in the Constitution? Is that a part of your government? Why do people think it is? Because they don't know, they haven't studied. So now they're enslaved to the Knights, Knights Templar, veiled also in Masonry, servants to the King of England, taking care of their Negro property that's carrying their name, Smith, Jones, and Johnson, and whoever you all calling yourself this year. If you institute any suit in their name, the court automatically has jurisdiction because the judge is a member of the Bar Association of England, that has branches here in North America. His first obligation is to the courts, which are colorable, for colored people and color of law. Now, in case you didn't know what that is, color means anything painted, varnished, dyed, anything fake, hiding something, fraud, etc. That's also why they tagged Moors who had fell colored people also, because it means that we're faking it, acting like we're human beings because we dishonor our mothers and fathers willingly, knowingly. So that makes them legally colored people. That's not an issue of complexion. That's a legal and lawful term that describes a condition of a people from a jurisprudence perspective. So as soon as you declare out your mouth that you're called a person, automatically the Christian Black Codes of 1724 come into effect because you just agreed to it. Because they coined that for people who dishonor their mothers and their fathers. Because if you don't honor your mothers and fathers, don't worry, your days ain't going to be long on this planet. And they own you because you've been transacting business in their names, and you know it. Even your babies knew it. And you thought it wasn't important. Well, it is. Because when you did that, you gave up your birthright willingly. That's a contract. You just made a pact with them. And it's enforceable all over the world. So Negroes, blacks, and colored people, which are its, they're not human beings, have no rights before any human being on the planet. Not because they don't like you, because you agreed to that by claiming to be something that you are not. What you need to know that it had legal and lawful implications, and this is what they didn't tell you. They just told you it was an opinion, you know, people feel about you and all that kind of crap, and you believed them and gave up your birthright. That's what the so-called Negro problem actually is, from a legal and jurisprudence point of view. Before you can have standing at law, the lack of it is called no judicio standi, which means you have no standing at law. In order to change that, you must be in your proper person, which is why Drew Ali said, be yourselves. But then there's so much information that had to be imparted to you before you could understand what that statement really meant. So he set up Old Canaanite Temple, Moorish Holy Temple of Science, but these were veiled because the Roman sons was not going to let this happen. Just like Wilson said, he told the prophet, he said, you give these niggers back Islam, that's like putting a pair of pants on a horse, and laughed at him. He said, however, I'll back you up, because that's his obligation. After all, he's a Mason. They know your history. They know their obligation to that Constitution, but they know, for the most part, because we're so dedicated that we didn't want it. That's why he was speaking with such confidence. You understand? In other words, you can come amongst us and sell us a God every two days. We'll build churches, mosques, synagogues, gold them down, jewels in the wall, have some guy walk in here with suitcases, you understand, talk about he's government and this and everything, and walk away with packs of money, and you think you've been blessed. The only reason why you're spiritual or you're lighter because your pockets is lighter. And everybody in the world knows that about us. You understand? Every civilized being on the planet, when they leave their mother, which is the nation, which is natal, that navel, that's your only birthmark. When they leave their mother, they're taught the truth about their natal responsibilities, their relationship to the world. And you have an obligation when you go out into the world to honor your mothers and your fathers. So you'll never see a Chinese, Japanese, Korean, any of the Asiatic brothers from the upper continent, Asia, come telling you they're talking about some light-skinned yellow rights. Why do they not do that? Because they're civilized human beings. They're part of the human family. They honor their mothers and fathers. They're not going to come here talking about, well, I'm going to the mall and get me a light-skinned black leather coat. And they know that's fiction. But little boys and girls, even though they got big bodies, think that that's real. Think that the human family is crayons. And if you try to tell them different, they think you're trying to sell them some kind of religion. Why do they think like that? Because the sorcerers have done a good job. But if you tell them sorcerers have been working on them, you know what they'll tell you? You're out to lunch. You understand? But you cannot use reasoning with them. And you know how they say also, if you want to hide something from their chattel or from their niggers, which means extremely ignorant person, just put it in a book, right? I'm going to give you just a little lesson. These are ordinary dictionaries. This particular set is, this is a standard dictionary. Funk and Wagner's, I know everybody's familiar with them because they put out encyclopedias. And this is from the encyclopedia set, right? Now, like say, for instance, we have this baby here, say in 2nd grade, 3rd grade, right? Because those are important because they also base the system off the zodiac too. You know, your quarters, your 3/4. Now, let's look at this. Now, we take a child, right? Take a child before they're messed up by their parents and say, when they first begin to teach you what they call grammar and parts of speech, every word in the language has an etymological basis or an etymological indicator, usually written in italics right after the word. And it'll give you the part of speech that it is. And they'll take a child and they'll say, well, what's your name? And the teacher will say, well, now your name is a proper noun. So it's capitalized. Child said, oh, all right, I'll go with that. They don't really understand, but they go along with it, right? And they'll say to the child, well, that's a sweater. Is it pink or is it red? And they say, oh, yes. Now, is the red the noun or is sweater a noun? And the child will say, well, the sweater is the noun because that's what it is, whether it's red, green, purple, orange, because that's an adjective. An adjective modifies or qualifies a noun. But an adjective does not identify anything. Because a noun is a word used to identify person, place, thing, or idea. Right? This is children. Children. How many adults will turn around because of their quote-unquote, not knowledge, but beliefs, and corrupt their children and then send them out in the world to get beat up? So let's go to a dictionary and look up the word black. Now, in the dictionary, and I'm going to have someone confirm it. Can any one person come up here who feels like it? Confirm this. Black is an adjective. Yes, confirm it. Because the etymological categorization of the word, not only its root history, but the part of speech comes in italics right after the word. Is it an adjective or is it a noun?
It's an adjective.
Adjective.
So if it's an adjective, can it be an identity of anybody? Can an adjective be the identity of anybody?
No.
A proper noun is, am I correct? Remember, these are the children's lessons, right? All right? You confirm it, yes.
Entire?
Yes, please.
Black. B-L-A-K in parentheses, adjective. Having little or no power to reflect light, of the color of jet, the opposite of